We've arrived in Baku at such a tense moment in the competitions. Russia faced the USA in both the open section and the women's section, and so much is riding on these matches. The players lined up opposite each other before the start of play, and they were surrounded by photographers and TV cameras. Massive interest in this match, and the tension was palpable. Only Vladimir Kramnik broke the symmetry, getting up from the board to wish luck to each of his colleagues just before battle commenced. And it was Kramnik that started well, playing a solid Queen's Gambit declined with black. Nakamura got absolutely nothing with white, and although the game lasted till the 40th move, a draw was the predictable outcome. A disappointing start for the USA. The other games were more tense. Sergei Karyakin began with a flurry of quick moves and had Fabiano Caruana under severe pressure. The Russian was able to build up a strong attack by ramming forward his f-pawn, but in the end, gritty defence enabled Fabiano to hold the draw. Watch out for the moves King h8 and Rook g8 if you replay the game. Very good defence. On board 4, Alexander Grishuk played the solid Berlin variation with black, but Ray Robson didn't test his defences. This game looked like a draw from the outset, but then the American drifted, fell into his habitual time pressure, and Grishuk clinched victory in a king and pawn endgame. The USA had to win the final game to level the scores. Wesley So was facing Jan Nepomniachtchi, who had the brilliant score of 7 out of 7 up until this moment. Nepomniachtchi with the white pieces played a solid Gyoko piano, but very quickly Wesley gained a pleasant initiative, manoeuvring his knight to the wonderful attacking square f4. Nepo sacked a pawn but never really found his feet, and Wesley kept control the whole way. Look out for a beautiful blockading knight on e6. Wesley's victory meant the match ended 2-2. The women's match was even more of a roller coaster. On board 4, Olga Giria for Russia came out blazing, sacking 2 pawns in the opening with black to open up Katerina Nemtsova's king. It looked promising for a while until a slip handed over the initiative and the Americans stopped the threats and smoothly simplified to a winning endgame, 1-0 to the USA. Valentina Gunina played ambitiously as usual, and it paid off, keeping the tension with a closed Catalan as black, switching into a kind of Dutch stonewall, and finally setting up a mating attack against the enemy king. Match score 1-1. Natalia Poganina and Anna Zatonsky played a long game, and although Poganina was pressing, she never really looked like winning in a very level endgame. Match score 1.5, 1.5. So, the match hinged on the top board encounter between Alexandra Kosteniuk and Irina Krush. Kosteniuk had a seemingly overwhelming position out of the opening, but she failed to find a clear strategy. Losing patience in the face of Krush's trenchant defence, the Russian sacked an exchange. But she totally misevaluated the resulting position. Krush held firm, held her nerve, won the game, and the USA won the match 2.5, 1.5. A massive achievement for the USA women's team, who were outrated on every single board. They now share the lead with China, and those two teams meet in the 9th round. In the open section, 3 teams share the lead: the USA, India and the Ukraine. The USA perhaps were a little bit disappointed only to come out with a draw against Russia today. However, it's not a bad result for them, as they've played many of the top teams in the event. And in the 9th round, the USA face Norway, who are just 1 point behind, so watch out for a Carlsen-Caruana game in the next round. India face the Ukraine, another very interesting match. India bounced back today by defeating England. Well, as you can see, we're in the old town in Baku, and I have to say it is very relaxed here. It's well after midnight. There are loads of cafes and restaurants still open, and we found the people in Baku really hospitable, very, very friendly, and the Olympiad is extremely well organized. And hopefully we'll be showing you a few more bits of the old town in our reports over the next few days.